Story 19. Commitment to quality. Picture yourself in your kitchen, surrounded by the savory smells of your latest culinary creation. You reach for your new set of pots, feeling the weightlessness yet sturdy design in your hands. You're amazed at how quickly and heavenly and evenly they heat up, ensuring that every dish is cooked to perfection. As you stir, chop, and simmer, you marvel at how the sleek modern design of the pots complements your kitchen decor. Their easy-to-clean surfaces and sturdy construction assure you that they will last for years, through countless meals and memories. But what truly sets these pots apart is how they make you feel. With every use, you're filled with a sense of pride and joy, knowing that you've invested in the best tools for your passion. Cooking for your family and friends, you feel confident, capable, and inspired to try new recipes, experiment with new flavors, and make every meal a masterpiece. Investing in a set of kitchen pots is more than just acquiring new cookware. It's a commitment to quality, to your passion for cooking, and to the heart of your home. And with our elegant, durable, and lightweight set of pots, you'll experience the joy and fulfillment that come from cooking with the very best. Story 20. Discover the fashion world that you will never want to leave. Short story. Imagine stepping into our newly opened boutique design store and being surrounded by the latest fashion clothes that will transform you into a new person. Our clothes are carefully selected to never go out of fashion, so you can wear them for years to come. You'll feel confident and stylish in our elegant and trendy pieces that flatter your body shape. Our friendly staff that will help you find the perfect outfit for any occasion, from casual brunches with friends to formal events. Visit us today and discover the fashion world that you'll never want to leave. Story 21. Fashion destination that will always keep you ahead of the curve. As you walk through the doors of our newly opened boutique design store, you feel an immediate sense of excitement. The carefully curated selection of fashion clothes, all beautifully displayed, is a sight to behold. You start to browse, running your fingers over the soft fabrics and admiring the intricate designs. You soon realize that the clothes in our store are not just trendy pieces, but timeless classics that will never go out of fashion. The latest styles are effortlessly blended with classic pieces, creating a unique, versatile collection. As you try on a new outfit or a few outfits, you can't help but feel transformed. The elegant dresses, chic blouses, and stylish pants all fit perfectly, making you feel confident and empowered. As you leave the store, you realize that you found a fashion destination that will always keep you ahead of the curve. A place where you can find pieces that will leave you feeling like a new person every time you wear them. Story 22. Don't settle for an ordinary bathroom. Imagine walking into your bathroom and feeling an overwhelming sense of peace and relaxation. A tranquil space where you can unwind after a long day, surrounded by the perfect blend of functionality and luxury. At our bathroom showroom, we don't just sell products, we create experiences. From the moment you step inside, you'll be transported into a world of endless possibilities, with a team of experts to guide you through every step of the process. Picture yourself browsing through our exquisite collection of baths, sinks, showers, and accessories, each piece carefully chosen to reflect the latest trends in design and technology, ensuring you get the most out of your investment. But we know that buying a new bathroom can be a daunting task. That's why we offer a personalized approach, tailored to your unique needs and style. Our team of designers will work with you to create a space that is not only functional, but also a reflection of your personality. And the best part? Our installation team will take care of everything from start to finish. No more dealing with unreliable contractors or messy DIY projects. You can sit back, relax, and watch as your dream bathroom comes to life. Don't settle for an ordinary bathroom. Come visit us and let us help you transform your space into a luxurious retreat that'll never want to leave. Story 23. Jim is living his dream of being a successful e-commerce entrepreneur. Meet Jim, a young entrepreneur with a passion for fashion. He always dreamed of opening his own online store, but didn't know where to start. One day he discovered our e-commerce solution and decided to give it a try. With our easy-to-use platform and customizable templates, Jim was able to create a stunning website that perfectly represented his brand. He carefully curated this product of offerings, taking into account his target audience's preferences and trends in the market. Within a month of launching his store, Jim was thrilled to see his first orders coming in. He couldn't believe how seamless the process was, from creating product listings to managing inventory and processing payments. And with our built-in marketing tools, Jim was able to attract new customers and increase his sales. As his business grew, Jim was grateful for the ongoing support he received from our team. From troubleshooting technical issues to offering valuable marketing advice, our team was always there to help Jim succeed. Now, Jim is living his dream of being a successful e-commerce entrepreneur. He has a thriving online store that brings in consistent revenue and allows him to pursue his passion or fashion. If you're ready to turn your e-commerce dreams into a reality, let us help you get started today. Story 24. Now he couldn't imagine his life without regular exercise. Meet John, a man who had been struggling for years to get into shape. He had tried different diets and exercise routines, but nothing seemed to work. He was losing hope until he stumbled upon a new fitness center in his neighborhood. Upon entering the center, John was greeted by a friendly team who showed him around the facility. He was impressed by the state-of-the-art equipment and the variety of workout options available. The staff members were passionate about fitness and eager to help John reach his goals. John signed up for a membership and began working out regularly. The center's team was always available to offer support and guidance, and they helped him create a personalized workout plan that was tailored to his needs. John started noticing changes in his body after just a few weeks of training, and he felt more energized and confident. As he continued to work hard and push himself, John was amazed at the progress he was making. He felt motivated by his newfound strength and stamina, and he loved the sense of community and support he found at the center. The team members were always there to encourage him and to celebrate his success, and John felt like he was part of a family. After 6 months of dedication and hard work, John had transformed his body and his life. He felt stronger, healthier, and more comfortable and confident than ever before. He was grateful to the fitness center and his team for helping him achieve his goals and become the best version of himself. Now, he couldn't imagine his life without regular exercise, the amazing support of his fitness family. Are you tired of staring at a blank page, wondering how to write copy that will truly connect with your audience? Well, you're not alone. But there's good news. You can learn to master the art of copywriting and take your business to the next level. And there's no better way to do it than with the Udemy course, Copywriting, the Power of Storytelling by Thomas Moravec, Internet Efficiency Digital Marketing Expert. With over 800,000 students and counting, Thomas Moravec is a trusted expert in digital marketing. And this course is the ultimate guide to crafting stories that will attract, persuade, and sell. You'll learn through high-quality animated videos with human voiceover, and you'll have access to ready-made templates to download. And if you're on the go, you can even download the MP3 version to listen anytime, anywhere. So, don't let the fear of writing copy hold you back any longer. Enroll in Copywriting, the Power of Storytelling, today, and start writing stories that truly connect with your audience. Once upon a time, in a world where words ruled the business, there was a copywriting course that promised to change the way people wrote forever. It was an online course designed for those who wanted to learn the art of storytelling, the power of persuasion, and the magic of words. The course was created with love, passion, and expertise. It was designed to be easy to follow, enjoyable to learn, and practical to apply. It featured HQ voiceovers that were a delight to listen to, and downloadable MP3 files that could be listened to on the go. The course was interactive and engaging with animated videos that made the lessons come alive. The course was not only fun, but it was also practical. The templates were designed to be adaptable to any need, and the assignments were based on real-life scenarios. Students learned how to craft compelling stories, how to write persuasive emails, and how to create attention-grabbing headlines. The students were thrilled with the course, and they used the templates and lessons to make their lives easier. They wrote better emails, created more engaging social media posts, and crafted persuasive sales copy. And so the students lived happily ever after, enjoying the benefits of their newly found storytelling skills and living an easier life thanks to the templates and lessons they learned in the course.
So happy to welcome you to the course. Just please, if you have been using Google, download Udemy app for Google. It has been fantastic, and especially for Apple, it has been fantastic app. Be sure to download it and use it because people love to use it very much. Please be sure to use our resources. We have been updating it nearly every week. There's been many great resources, templates. For example, all the templates for our social media, backlinks outreach, building your blog, creating the content. There has been so many great resources, including listening, so please enjoy it. Please join our group. Please share your feedback. I am so happy when my students are happy and when they reach success. So I love reading your success and I love when you reach success. And then, of course, enjoy the Udemy app. You can easily navigate just up and down. You can easily download or open the resources. You can also search in the questions. There are so many great questions, answers. I think it's hundreds, and it's growing. You can ask question also. You can easily use play, you can go back, you can go ahead, you can change the playback rate, so some people like going faster. You can add a note, so you can quickly write a note if you need, especially it's connected to video and time. You can adjust your sound, you can show the transcript that I love very much. You can change your captions. I'm trying my best to build up captions in as many languages as possible. You can, in settings, sometimes you can increase the quality of the video if it gets blurred. And of course you can go full screen or you can go expanded view. And I'm so happy to welcome you. Welcome. I'm sure you will love this course very much. And as other students, you will be sharing that you are doing great, you are really happy, and I'm so happy to welcome you in this course.
The power of a well-told story. In fact, students at Stanford University were asked to share facts with their classmates. 63% remembered the stories and only 5% remembered the actual statistics that were cited. Overall, storytelling is a powerful tool in copywriting that can help to engage your audience, build trust, differentiate your brand, boost conversions, and improve brand recall. It gives meaning to a product that is otherwise impersonal. It differentiates your product offering from your competitors and makes it more memorable. It builds relationships and inspires your audience, customers, stakeholders to make decisions beyond pure logical calculation. Lots of companies create content, and it's getting crowded out there. Getting attention is tough unless you can connect with people on a human level and tap into their emotions. Crafting a compelling, memorable story that shows why your business is unique is a powerful way to stamp your brand on the hearts and minds of your audience. The reason storytelling is so effective is because the buying process is not just a rational decision backed by data points for your customers, it's also an emotional one. Create a story worth sharing, and your audience will reward you by passing it on to their family, friends, and colleagues. Benefits of storytelling in copywriting. Here are some important statistics and benefits of storytelling in copywriting. Engage readers. According to a study, storytelling can increase the engagement of readers by up to 7 times more than traditional marketing methods. Increases retention. People remember stories better than facts and figures. A study showed that information presented in a story is 22 times more memorable than just facts. Builds trust. When you tell a story, you create an emotional connection with your audience, and this helps to build trust between you and your readers. Differentiates your brand. Storytelling allows you to differentiate your brand by showcasing your unique values, mission, and vision. Boosts conversions. Storytelling can help to increase conversions by up to 30%. When you use stories in your copywriting, you create an emotional connection with your audience, which can lead to more sales. Improves brand recall. A study showed that people are 22 times more likely to remember a story than just facts and figures. By using stories in your copywriting, you can improve brand recall and increase brand awareness. Creates a narrative arc. When you use storytelling in your copywriting, you can create a narrative arc that draws your readers in and keeps them engaged from beginning to end. Increases social sharing. Stories are more likely to be shared on social media than traditional marketing messages. This can help to increase your brand's reach and exposure. Here are some additional benefits of using copywriting and storytelling. Creates an emotional connection. Storytelling allows you to connect with your audience on an emotional level. By sharing experiences, anecdotes, and personal stories, you can create a sense of empathy and understanding with your readers. Demonstrates value. When you use storytelling in copywriting, you can demonstrate the value of your product or service in a compelling way. By showing how your product or service has solved a problem for someone, you can help your readers understand the benefits and potential impact of what you're offering. Provides context. Storytelling can provide context and relevance to your message. By framing your message within a story, you can help your readers understand how your product or service fits into their lives. Builds brand personality. Storytelling allows you to showcase the personality and values of your brand. By sharing stories that align with your brand's values, you can create a stronger connection with your audience and build brand loyalty. Makes information more accessible. Storytelling can make complex information more accessible to your readers. By breaking down information into a story format, you can make it easier for your readers to understand and retain the information. Creates a memorable experience. Storytelling can create a memorable experience for your readers. By using vivid descriptions, character development, and plot twists, you can engage your readers and create a lasting impression. In summary, using copywriting and storytelling can help you to create an emotional connection with your audience, demonstrate value, provide context, build brand personality, make information more accessible, and create a memorable experience for your readers. Guide on how to write storytelling copy that can attract, persuade, and sell. Know your audience. Before you start writing, you need to understand who your target audience is. What are their interests, desires, and pain points? Knowing your audience will help you create a story that resonates with them. Identify the problem. Once you know your audience, you need to identify the problem that your product or service can solve. This problem should be something that your audience is struggling with and needs help with. Start with a hook. Your story should have an attention-grabbing opening that hooks your audience and makes them want to read more. This could be a shocking statement, a surprising fact, or an interesting anecdote. Create a hero. Every good story needs a hero, someone that the audience can relate to and root for. The hero should face challenges and obstacles that they need to overcome and achieve their goal. Keep it simple. Use simple language and avoid jargon or technical terms that your audience may not understand. Your goal is to make your story easy to follow and engaging. Use vivid imagery. Use descriptive language and vivid imagery to paint a picture in your reader's mind. This will make your story more memorable and engaging. Incorporate emotion. Emotions are powerful motivators, so incorporate them into your story. Whether it's joy, sadness, anger, or fear, make sure your audience feels something when they read your story. Make it relevant. Your story should be relevant to your product or service. Tie the story back to your brand message or value proposition, so your audience understands how your product or service can help them. Make it relatable. Your story should be relatable to your audience. Use real-life examples or scenarios that they can relate to. Show, don't tell. Instead of telling your audience how great your product or service is, show them. Use examples and testimonials to demonstrate how your product or service has helped others. Use stories to highlight the benefits of your product or service. Use stories to show how your product or service can solve a problem or improve someone's life. This helps your audience see the value in what you're offering. Create a sense of urgency. Give your audience a reason to act now. Use phrases like limited time offer or while supplies last to create a sense of urgency. End with a call to action. After telling your story, end with a clear call to action that tells your audience what to do next. This could be a sign up for your newsletter, visit your website, or purchase your product. Make your story memorable. Use unique, unexpected, or humorous elements in your story to make it stand out and be memorable to your audience. By following these tips, you can create storytelling copy that attracts, persuades, and sells. Remember to keep your audience in mind. Use vivid imagery and emotions and tie the story back to your product or service. How to persuade readers through storytelling. Do you remember the last story you read? We all have our favorites. Whether you choose to invest your time in reading action and adventure, horror, comedy, or a bit of romance, there is one or two genres we will gravitate towards. The reason one story will entice us more than another has a lot to do with how the author connects to our most intimate feelings. Authors regularly use descriptive text to entice readers to read on. It is the description that allows us to paint a picture in our minds. The mind is a very powerful tool, and when provided the right stimuli or description in a story, vivid imagery can come to life. This is what is so powerful about reading our favorite stories and what entices us to continually seek out the same author. What does storytelling have to do with copywriting? It is the copywriter's job to bring the reader to a state where they cannot get enough and read to the very end. A copywriter can perform this task through a series of buzzwords and even questions that make the reader see significant value in what they're reading. Two worlds of copywriting and storytelling might seem on opposite ends of the spectrum, but they're remarkably similar. You can tell a story while promoting a brand. A story does not have to be just a fictional rendition of an experience. For example, if you're trying to promote a brand of hotels, emphasize the various amenities while talking about how the fictional characters are enjoying them. The same notion can be garnered from talking about a brand of shoes or practically anything else. The key ingredient is taking yourself out of the technical aspect of writing and into the world of storytelling. The psychological aspect. What do you remember about specific stories? The characters, scenes, or just a timeline the story takes place in? No, you remember it all at the same time. Our minds are highly complex entities that can record information and play it back over and over again. Think of the last book you read. If it was an interesting one, you can give a synopsis of the story to anyone. Statistics show that 63% of people can recall stories where only 5% can recall useless facts. Companies of all sizes have attempted to draw in readers based on their ability to give facts or teach something new. But few, if any, have adopted the possibility of telling stories to sell their products. The mind is a unique and beautiful thing. If we as copywriters can unlock the intricate nature of how stories affect our ability to recall facts, we can sell more through content that we have ever thought possible. What is in a story? Although it might seem like the success of a good storyteller is an unattainable feat, it is not always the storyteller, but the structure of the story that makes the most impact. The general structure of a story involves an introduction of characters, followed by a conflict, climax, and ultimate resolution. There are other structures to follow as well, including hero's journey. This structure represents a circular form of storytelling in which conflict happens but brings the story back to the beginning of the journey. 3-act. In this structure, more of a play format takes place. The introduction of an incident followed by a midpoint and a climax make up the 3 acts to get to the conclusion. Fishtian curve. It is in this structure where a series of small crises occur followed by the ultimate climax and conclusion. Story circle. The structure of a story is derived from the ability of a character to learn from their mistakes. It begins in complete comfort, followed by a conflict and learning lessons until the subject comes to realize they have grown as a person. These are just a selection of the most popular story structures to demonstrate how varied you can possibly make your content through storytelling. It is possible to tell the exact same story using different structures to emphasize various parts. The more defined your structure, the easier it is to relay your message. Where to begin? You can tell a story to sell a brand, name, or introduce a product, but you have to know where to begin. This requires a little out-of-the-box thinking on your part. First, begin by deciding what the main goal of the story will be. Then you can decide on the exact structure for the progression of your story. Next, you need to know who your audience is. Structure your story based on what your audience will desire most. Emphasize plot points and climax goals based on your client's views and not on your own. The possibilities are endless when you begin mixing your content with the ability to produce an effective story. How to tell a story. Storytelling is all about creating the setting. First, we introduce the characters with a little background. Candace and Owen had been married for 7 years. They had 3 children, 2 dogs, and a guinea pig. Next, introduce the problem. Both had worked for many years and provided a great deal for their family. However, the daily grind and continued routine of their existence made it difficult to truly connect with one another. They needed a break from the mundane, and a weekend away was the only way to get it. Now, this is where you can place the business name. Willow's Perch is a bed and breakfast located less than an hour away from Candace and Owen's home. Setting the scene. Setting the scene is the most important aspect of selling your story. You have introduced your business and now you must include amenities the couple would enjoy while they were staying with you. Describe the grounds, activities, and even the food and staff you want to emphasize to make the story what it needs to be to sell your concept. Candace and Owen had taken off work for the weekend, and Candace's parents were taking over the family so they could have a break. The couple anticipated the many activities Willow's Perch was known for. This is where you can describe a few, but most of all, the desired time to reconnect and remember why they fell so desperately in love so many years ago. The goal is to paint your business in the highest light possible while telling the story of the experience of the couple. The story makes it real for your clientele and allows them to connect with the individuals that you are describing. Examples of effective phrases to start a storytelling copy. Once upon a time. Imagine yourself. Have you ever? It all started when. Picture this. There was a time. Let me tell you a story. Once in a while. Not long ago. When I think back to. I remember the time. From the moment. Back in the day. In a land far away. It was a day like any other. Examples of effective starting hooks for storytelling copy. Picture this. Imagine if, once upon a time, it all started when, have you ever? Let me tell you a story. From the moment I saw it, it was a day that I'll never forget. I never thought it could happen to me. There's something about. These hooks are designed to grab the reader's attention and draw them into the story, making them more likely to engage with the copy and ultimately take the desired action. Phrases that can be used to end the story with a strong call to action. Don't wait any longer. Take action now and, are you ready to experience this for yourself? Click the button below to get started. Join us today and start your journey towards. Now is the time to make a change. Click the link to learn more and don't miss out on this opportunity. Click the button to claim your spot. Are you ready to transform your life? Sign up today and start your journey towards today. Click the link to learn more. Ready to see some results for yourself? Take action now and don't let this opportunity slip away. Click the link to get started. It's time to take the first step towards. Click the button to begin. Story 1. How David increased the sales through power of storytelling. One day, David decided to start his own business. He had a vision and was enthusiastic, but when he began selling his products, he realized that people weren't as excited as he was. His social media ads and email campaigns didn't have any significant success. He desperately searched for a solution to kickstart his business. So, David turned to his friend Peter, who was an experienced copywriter. Peter told him that the problem was that David was only selling his products, but he forgot that people don't buy products themselves. They buy solutions to their problems. Peter advised him to present his products in the context of stories and show potential customers how his products could help solve their problems. David didn't believe it could work at first, but he decided to try Peter's idea. He started writing stories that showed how his products helped people solve their problems. He wrote a story about a woman who had acne problems, but thanks to David's products, she was able to find a solution. He also wrote a story about a man who wanted to lose weight but didn't know how. Thanks to David's products, he was able to shed a few pounds and improve his health. And suddenly, something amazing happened. David's story started getting attention and his sales started to grow. His customers started sharing his stories and his products became popular because people saw how they could truly help solve their problems. David understood that the best way to sell his products was to show people how they could help solve their problems through stories. Now, he looks forward to every opportunity to write a new story and show the world how his products can help people solve their problems. Story 2. Ultimate Weekend Getaway. As soon as Sarah and Tom arrived at the Chateau Wellness Hotel, they knew they were in for a weekend of relaxation and romance. The hotel was nestled in a serene natural setting, yet conveniently located close to the city center. After parking their car, they stepped into the elegant lobby and were warmly welcomed by the staff. The check-in process was smooth and hassle-free. Before they knew it, they were making their way to their room. As soon as they opened the door, they were greeted by a beautifully decorated room, complete with a cozy king-sized bed and a stunning view of the surrounding countryside. Sarah and Tom wasted no time in jumping onto the bed and taking in the breathtaking view from their balcony. After freshening up, they made their way to the hotel's wellness center. The serene atmosphere, complete with soft music and the calming scent of essential oils, was the perfect setting for them to unwind. They enjoyed a range of wellness treatments, including a soothing sauna and a rejuvenating massage. In the evenings, they indulged in gourmet experiences that were nothing short of delightful. The hotel's restaurant served up a delectable range of dishes, from fresh seafood to succulent steaks, all paired with carefully selected wine list. As the weekend came to a close, Sarah and Tom felt rejuvenated and refreshed, having enjoyed a perfect weekend of romance and wellness. They knew that they would be returning to the Chateau Wellness Hotel time and time again for the ultimate weekend getaway. Story 3. A couple's retreat to remember. From time to time, even the most devoted couples need a little space to escape. Time to reflect on love and what it means to be in love. This is the case of Teresa and Jonathan. Jonathan is a successful lawyer that had been at his current law firm for a better part of a decade. His cases were legendary and he rarely lost. So when a prosecutor caught sight of him entering the room, they were often ready to garner a deal. Jonathan's wife Teresa had a remarkably different career path. She was a teacher that truly adored her young second-grade students. Watching them grow and flourish during the school year was what she valued most. Jonathan and Teresa had been married for 12 years and seemed to have the perfect life. Amazing careers, stunningly designed home, and all the friends one could ask for. But they were missing something. Teresa had yet to get pregnant. They had undergone countless tests and the doctors were simply baffled as to why Teresa had yet to conceive. After a long deliberation on the causes and effects of a successful conception, doctors finally concluded the couple needed a break. The couple would spend a glorious stress-free weekend at Chateau Clermont, just 20 minutes from their home. Although it might sound odd to stay so close, they had talked about visiting the chateau for some time. The weekend arrives. Jonathan was just wrapping up the last case of the day when Teresa called to tell him the bags are packed and all he has to do is come home and get in the car. After the stressful day he had, he was happy to hear Teresa had been able to handle all the travel arrangements due to her school having half the day on the last day of the semester. Jonathan quickly packed his bags and raced home, right home, to see his loving wife waiting for him. They instantly hopped in the car and drove for 20 minutes to the Chateau Clermont. Once they arrived to the gate, the scent of cherry blossoms instantly tingled their senses. This was going to be a truly relaxing weekend, a welcoming environment. Jonathan and Teresa spend their normal days caring for others and rarely take time for themselves. So when they arrived at the front door, it was nice to see how inviting the staff was. The concierge ensured their car was parked in an easily accessible area so they could come and go as they pleased. This bellman took their bags to their room and offered an epic tour while they strolled the grounds. Chateau Claremont is located right on the edge of Rockford Forest. Our groundskeeper invests their time and attention to every detail from the flowers to the topiaries to the flowers around each of our 4 villas. There are also rooms in the main house, but you will be pleased to know as you have requested a villa for your weekend. You are the only guest to do so. I present to you villa number 3. The bellman opened the door to their private villa for the weekend. Your villa is an exceptional 1-bedroom abode with endless views of the surrounding forest and our equestrian center at the rear of the property. Each morning, breakfast will be brought to your door at a time you request, so please ring the main house and set up a time that pleases you to have breakfast. As for any other meals you desire, our on-site market allows you to purchase food you should desire to cook inside the villa, and our 4-star restaurant offers a variety of seasonal options to choose from. I hope your stay is magical, and do not hesitate to call by dialing 0 if you need anything at all. Have a pleasant stay. As the door closed, Teresa and Jonathan began to feel true relaxation take hold. The couple wanted to get the most out of their weekend, so they decided to take a small stroll through the neighboring woods. The path into the woods was exceptionally well maintained and was easy to follow. Along their stroll, they found a family of deer. Silently, they watched how attentive the mother was. Once their small hike was over, the couple decided to wander out to the equestrian center for a ride. The horses were truly stunning and perfect. The ride gave Jonathan and Teresa the chance to reminisce about how much fun they had when they were dating. It also gave them pause to consider how much they still love each other despite their busy lives. After the ride, Teresa began to feel a little tired, so Jonathan called in room service for the night. They dined on mushroom risotto for an appetizer, followed by an exquisite plate of Delmonico steak and roasted potatoes. The food was remarkable. After the meal, the couple fell right into their king-size pillow-top bed for a restful night's sleep, but sleeping was not on the agenda. The couple enjoyed each other until the wee hours of the morning, falling fast asleep draped in one another's arms. Morning arrives. Morning comes each and every day, so it was inevitable that the sun would arise. The morning was new, fresh, and stunning. The sun cascaded over the patio as the couple enjoyed a breakfast of freshly made scones and tea. What could be better? Once finished with their meal, Teresa retreated to the bathroom to freshen up and get ready for the day. As she gazed into the mirror, she looked different. Maybe it was the magic of the Chateau Claremont, but maybe it was something more. Even Jonathan had noted the twinkle in her eye. So what exactly was different? Teresa stood at the mirror and wondered until she heard her love call to her, "Teresa, what do you want to do today?" Maybe, just maybe, this would be a weekend they would never forget. Story 4. Perfect Wedding Day Experience. It was the day that Sarah had been dreaming of since she was a little girl. Her wedding day. As she woke up in the luxurious suite of the renovated chateau, she could hardly contain her excitement. The room was adorned with elegant decorations, and the view from the balcony was breathtaking. As she got ready for the day ahead, Sarah was pampered by a team of professional stylists and makeup artists who made her look and feel like a true princess. She slipped into her stunning wedding dress as she looked at herself in the mirror. She knew that it was going to be a day to remember. The wedding ceremony was held in the picturesque gardens of the chateau, surrounded by the lush greenery and blooming flowers. The bride and groom exchanged their vows in front of their family and friends, and there was not a dry eye in the house. After the ceremony, the newlyweds and their guests were treated to a sumptuous feast, prepared by the chateau's talented chefs. From mouth-watering appetizers to a delectable main course and a decadent dessert, the food was nothing short of extraordinary. As the evening wore on, the celebration continued with dancing and merriment all around. The chateau's wedding coordinator ensured that every detail was taken care of so that the happy couple and their guests could simply enjoy their festivities. Finally, As the night drew to a close, Sarah and her husband retired to their luxurious wedding apartment, where they spent the night in complete bliss. Their room was decorated with rose petals, and a bottle of chilled champagne awaited them. As they snuggled up together, Sarah knew that she would remember this day forever. For anyone looking for the perfect wedding day experience, the renovated chateau close to the city center is the ideal venue. With its luxurious accommodations, professional staff, and stunning setting, it truly is the perfect place to say, I do. Story 5. The Ideal Wedding for Clarissa. All girls dream of their wedding day. By the time that day arrives, every detail has been meticulously thought out and arranged. For Clarissa, the wedding was planned in its entirety. She was to marry her college sweetheart, Roland, and they would live happily ever after. It was said to take place in just 24 hours, and Clarissa was ready. On the eve of her wedding day, Clarissa woke to a knock at the door. She had chosen to spend her wedding weekend at a quaint, yet elegant chateau in Woody Valley. The place was, called Whispering River primarily for the fact that a natural spring meandered its way through the center of the property. Clarissa had never seen such elegance, much less been allowed to enjoy every aspect of it. The knock at the door was room service. As the car rolled into the room, she was immediately entranced by the aroma of fresh-baked puff pastry. Whispering Rivers was famous in their local area for their handmade pastries, and Clarissa was finally going to see what all the fuss was about. One bite of her very own blueberry jam puff pastry treats, and she was completely hooked. She enjoyed her breakfast as she thought of the day, but her thoughts were interrupted by her mother. Mom in a frenzy. Mother burst through the door with enough force to break into a bank. "Good morning, Princess," Rebecca exclaimed. "There is much to do today, as you will be a bride by tomorrow's eve." Clarissa had moved from the bed to the table on the balcony, gazing out at the illustrious grounds of Whispering River. The staff was busy with their morning routines. Waitstaff worked carrying trays of those buttery, expertly crafted pastries, and everything she looked at seemed like a wonderful dream. "Mom, calm down and have a pastry." She invited her mom to sit and have some breakfast, both to have time with her mom and to prolong her view of the amazing landscape that lay before her eyes. It was simply marvelous that she had this impeccably decorated room in one of the top-rated wedding venues in all the country. Yet she was just 20 minutes away from the big city life. Rebecca obliged her daughter and sat to enjoy the moment with her. However, once the pastry was consumed, Clarissa was brought out of her dream state by the endless yammerings of her mother listing off everything that remained to be done. Rebecca was not truly a pushy woman by nature, but as Clarissa was her only daughter in a sea of 4 sons, she wanted the day to be exceptional. Off to the races. The pair left the apartment, and as Clarissa looked back, she considered the fact that this would be one of the last mornings she would wake up alone. Only one remained. Rebecca and Clarissa met the wedding planner at the reception hall to go over the final details of the wedding. Everything was falling into place, and she was getting very excited. However, her attention was reminisced by the vision of her love walking through the door. Roland wrinkled at her, which gave way to the wave of butterflies dancing in her stomach. She giggled a little and shot him a wink right back. By this time, Rebecca was trying to get Clarissa's attention. They were discussing the food and making the final decisions on the rehearsal dinner. The dinner would be a sit-down affair with 5 courses expertly prepared by the high-end chefs at Whispering Rivers. The meal would begin with a variation of meats, cheeses, and breads to tempt the palate, followed by a simple strawberry and herb salad with sweetened balsamic vinaigrette. For the main dish, a savory selection of bacon-wrapped filet mignon and pan-seared salmon for a delightful surf and turf experience. For the 4th course, the richness of the previous courses will be pleasantly alleviated with a basil sorbet. Dessert is said to be a Napoleon of fresh berries and house-made chocolate sauce. Dinner was impeccable and a delight for all. The evening ends. Once the last goodbyes were spoken, the couple went to their respective suites, knowing this would be the very last time they would have to part from one another. The day arrives. Roland and Clarissa both awoke at 7 a.m., even though they were on separate sides of Whispering Rivers. The day ahead would be a flurry of fun and excitement. Throughout the day, various family members showed up to offer last-minute advice to the couple, and a few even dropped off additional cards and gifts. It was shaping up to be an epic wedding. Just before the ceremony, Clarissa peeked out of the bridal room to see who was there. She saw many cousins, aunts, uncles, and friends anticipating her arrival, but before she saw too much, Rebecca pulled her back into the room. "Silly girl, you cannot chance Roland seeing you. It is bad luck." The time comes soon enough. Clarissa stood in the bridal room dressed in the most stunning dress she had ever seen. Her father arrived to take her hand and walked her down the aisle. Edward took his daughter by the hand and walked to their place. The doors were closed, and Clarissa had one simple thing to say to her dad. "Please don't let me fall." "Never," her dad replied. "This is your glorious day." The door swung wide open, and she sees him. He sees her, and they both begin to cry tears of absolute elation. The holy words were spoken between the couple, they kissed, and finally became husband and wife. Roland and Clarissa danced the night away surrounded by their loved ones and enjoyed the day that had finally arrived. As the music died down, Roland and Clarissa were handed the key to their honeymoon suite. With cheers from the crowd, they walked to their own private apartment, the best in Whispering Rivers, for a night the two of them would never forget. Story 6. Social Media Marketing Services Story. As Sarah sat at her desk surrounded by stacks of papers and endless to-do lists, she couldn't help but feel overwhelmed. She had just opened a new store in town, and while she was excited about the prospect of her business thriving, she didn't know where to begin when it came to social media marketing. That's when she discovered our social media marketing services. From the moment she contacted us, Sarah knew that she was in good hands. Our team guided her through every step of the process, ensuring that she felt confident and informed every step of the way. First, we worked with Sarah to create a comprehensive plan for her social media marketing campaign. We took the time to understand her business, our target audience, and her goals so that we could tailor a plan that was perfectly suited to her needs. Next, we executed the content creation and campaign setup. Our team of expert marketers created engaging and compelling content that would capture the attention of Sarah's potential customers. We set up targeted campaigns that would ensure that her message was reaching the right people at the right time. Throughout the process, we provided Sarah with regular updates and feedback so that she could always know what exactly was happening with her campaign. And when it came time to evaluate the results of the campaign, our team was there to guide her through the process and make any necessary adjustments. Thanks to our social media marketing services, Sarah's store was able to reach a wider audience than she ever thought possible. And the best part, she was able to do it all without the stress and worry that had been weighing her down before. If you're a business owner who's feeling overwhelmed by the prospect of social media marketing, don't worry, our team is here to guide you through the process. From planning to execution to evaluation, we'll be with you every step of the way, ensuring that your business gets the attention it deserves. Story 7. Social media woes in the business world. The world has significantly changed over the course of the past 30 years. Print media and even television ads have given way to digitized versions on platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Adapting to these changes can be very difficult and even confusing for entrepreneurs across the board. For example, Sally and her husband Rob have maintained a successful daycare service for 20 years. Their business began as a labor of love. They are foster parents and opening a daycare service, and it allowed them to take care of the children in their own home while making an income by welcoming other children in. Hopeful Hands grew to become the biggest and most successful daycare in the city of Woodbridge. The facility had been built and maintained with a capacity for over 200 students at a time. Sally and Rob enjoyed taking care of their ever-expanding family and many children in the city. The challenges of running daycare were met with grace and dedication as the couple knew they were investing in the lives of every child that walked through the door. A roller coaster ride. As with all businesses, there are ups and downs. Unfortunately, in recent years, the downs outshine the good times. Sally and Rob thought of selling their daycare and simply retiring off their profits, but they could not seem to leave their beloved staff and the care of the children to anyone else. They needed the business to be successful once again, but they did not know how. Sally began to notice a shift in how her teachers spend their time in the downtime. On lunch breaks, most of her staff would sit on their phones browsing social media. She herself enjoyed social media platforms. Sally thought about how much time she and her staff devoted themselves to social media and how she might capitalize on that aspect. Sally and Rob began talking to their son, Andrew. He had majored in multimedia design and engineering and was currently working at a local marketing establishment. As they talked to Andrew, he told them exactly what their business was missing. What to do? Hopeful Hands had their own website, but apart from a standard template site, there was nothing else. Andrew informed his parents that a digital presence was necessary to bring in new clientele. He told them how 90% of customers would find them through social media platforms without even looking at their physical location or website. The reason they were hurting is that they were practically invisible to the vast majority of clientele. Andrew talked Sally and Rob through various changes that needed to be made to their current site, including online payments and instant messaging options for parents. He also insisted that they invest in a virtual relaunch. Andrew would work with them to improve their social media presence through meta campaigns on WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook. What of the costs? Rob is a stickler for everything financial. He strictly monitors the business's accounting and ensures each itemized thing spent is necessary and at the right deal. Andrew noted how enrollment had dropped substantially in the past 2 years, and the business would not recover without this important step. He told his dad that the initial costings could be quite substantial, but are vital for the relaunch to become successful. He assured Rob that he would help him manage the cost according to their needs, and the campaign could run on a schedule that was economically feasible. Initially, Andrew would run the meta campaign on Facebook to get it started on a weekly basis. As enrollment began to tick up, they could move on to the other social media platforms. Andrew created an ad that showcased the true heart of Hopeful Hands and even included personalized pictures of Rob and Sally's life as foster parents. What happened? It did take a few weeks to begin to see a difference in enrollment. It was not an instant success, but after explaining to his parents that every social media campaign takes time, they were comfortable waiting. After the second week, 10 new children were enrolled, so Rob allowed Andrew to expand the campaign to other social media outlets. A few weeks more, the daycare was at capacity and placing children on a waiting list for enrollment. Business was back on top, and all it took was for Rob and Sally to get up with the times. Social media is how the vast majority of people communicate in our virtual world, and neglecting to include meta campaigns in your marketing process can be a bad move. Marketing is an ever-evolving entity, and a business owner must always be on the lookout for ways to improve and modernize their business. Sally and Rob are thankful their son, Andrew. Story 8. Entire email campaign from start to finish. As the deadline for the launch of their new product drew closer, Mark and his team found themselves feeling more and more stressed. They had put so much time and effort into developing their new product, but they were worried that it wouldn't get the attention it deserved. That's when they turned to our email marketing services. We understood just how important this launch was for Mark and his team, and we were committed to making sure that it was a success. First, we worked with Mark to develop a comprehensive email marketing strategy. We took the time to understand their target audience, their goals, and their unique selling proposition so that we could tailor the perfect messaging and creative to drive interest and engagement. From there, our team executed the entire email campaign from start to finish. We designed visually appealing and effective emails, wrote compelling copy, set up targeted lists, and tracked analytics to make data-driven adjustments throughout the campaign. Throughout the process, Mark and his team were kept informed every step of the way. They were able to focus on other important aspects of the launch while we took care of the entire email marketing process. Thanks to our email marketing services, Mark's new product was able to reach a wider audience than they ever thought possible. They were able to generate buzz and excitement around the launch, and they saw a significant increase in website traffic and conversions. If you're preparing to introduce a new product or service and are feeling overwhelmed by the marketing process, don't worry. Our team is here to help. Our complete and professional email marketing agency service ensures that your campaign is executed with ease and success. You can sit back and relax knowing that your email marketing is in good hands. Compelling and persuasive copywriting services. Sarah had been struggling for weeks to create the perfect landing page for her new business. She had read all the articles, watched all the videos, and poured countless hours into researching and writing. But no matter how hard she tried, something just wasn't clicking. She knew that the landing page was critical to the success of her business. It was the first thing that potential customers would see, and it needed to be perfect. But despite all her efforts, Sarah just couldn't seem to get it right. That's when she decided to turn to our copywriting services. At first, Sarah was hesitant to hire someone else to write her landing page. And after all, she had invested so much time and energy into it already. But as soon as she saw the quality of our work, she knew she had made the right choice. Our team of expert copywriters took the time to truly understand Sarah's business and her goals. We crafted compelling and persuasive copy that not only hit good rankings on Google, but also spoke directly to Sarah's target audience. We ensured that the landing page was easy to read and well organized, making it simple for potential customers to understand the value of Sarah's business. The result? Sarah's landing page was a huge success. It generated leads and conversions far beyond what she had ever thought possible. And the best of all, Sarah was able to sit back and relax, knowing that her landing page was in good hands. She was able to focus on other important aspects of her business while we took care of the copywriting process. If you're struggling to create the perfect landing page for your business, don't worry, our copywriting services are here to help. We understand just how important your landing page is, and we're committed to creating compelling and persuasive copy that will drive leads and conversions. Say goodbye to the pain and frustration of trying to write your own landing page. Hire our team of expert copywriters and experience the hustle-free feelings of knowing your landing page is in good hands. Story 9. While we take care of the website. Meet Emily, a young entrepreneur with a brilliant idea for a new business. She had spent countless hours perfecting her product, but now it was time to take her business online. The only problem? Emily had no idea where to start. She knew that launching a website could be a painful and overwhelming process, but when she stumbled upon our website creation services, everything changed. Emily scheduled an initial consultation with our team, and she was immediately put at ease. We took the time to understand her business goals and clarify her vision for the website. From there, we helped her choose the right technology to use and guided her through the process of selecting the perfect template. Before Emily knew it, her website was ready to launch. And the best part? It was a hustle-free experience. Our team had taken care of everything, from the design to the coding. Emily was able to sit back and relax knowing that her website was in good hands. But the real magic happened after the website was launched. We showed Emily just how easy it was to update and change the content on her website herself. She was amazed at how intuitive the platform was, how simple it was to make changes without needing to know any complicated code. Emily's website was a huge success, and she was able to grow her business quickly and effortlessly. Thanks to our hassle-free website creation services, Emily was able to focus on what really mattered, her business, while we took care of the website. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the idea of launching your own website, don't worry. Our website creation services are here to help you. We make the process joyful and hassle-free, so you can focus on what you do best. Let us take care of the rest and watch your business soar. Story 10. Jasmine learns about website creation. Jasmine had always wanted to be her own boss. She strived for many years to be the best at every job she pursued, and her employers valued her passion. But working beneath a boss was not the ideal work environment she desired. When the pandemic hit in 2020, Jasmine was still working as a teacher for the local primary school. She had taught for 5 years and in virtually every grade level in the same capacity. The world shifted that year, and a career path that had seemingly always had one avenue changed overnight. Students and teachers were sent home and left to fend for themselves in many ways. Jasmine did not teach in a high-end school district. The district was in a rural area with little internet access, so the teachers at the school had a difficult time maintaining curriculum. Basically, the teachers had to print off assignments for their students on a weekly basis and sit by the telephone to answer questions about the assignments. It was a lot of work, and she worried about her students would fall behind. The school year finally ended in May, and Jasmine thought about the year ahead. What would happen when the new semester commenced? Would she have to catch her students up on all they had missed? And did she even want to teach the next semester? These questions vexed Jasmine so much that she began researching various teaching opportunities created by the pandemic. What Jasmine found: the pandemic was a travesty, and no one can argue on that, but it did have one distinct benefit to be self-motivated individuals like Jasmine. The advancements made in online teaching before the pandemic were impressive enough, but with so many industries turning to virtual employment, the possibilities of success in an online world were tremendous. Jasmine began contemplating her own life. Year after year, she had enjoyed interacting with her students, but she yearned for the ability to strike out on her own. Jasmine began researching online teaching and tutoring requirements. She discovered that she possessed all the tools necessary to be a successful online tutor, and teachers, just like her, were striking out on their own and pursuing their own teaching opportunities without the confines of a traditional classroom. The starting point. Jasmine combed through website after website offering the chance for teachers to tutor students online. But no matter how many she looked at, they still felt restrictive. She wanted to teach her way and impact students based on her own success. Jasmine finally determined that she would start her own online tutoring business, but first she needed a website. The website building struggle. Building a website can seem very easy to someone who has never done it before, and there are plenty of DIY website builders to choose from. The problem with these website builders, Jasmine soon discovered, is that they all look the same. The websites they produce are based off template art and media, making it almost impossible to have a completely unique website. She needed a real website built, and a template-based program was not going to cut it. Jasmine looked through website making services and finally settled on the one that offered truly bespoke websites and hosting. Website Wizard worked directly with Jasmine to discover what she needed. They determined that integration with Zoom was essential for her clients to be able to see and learn from Jasmine. They also discussed various hosting requirements. Since Jasmine was already well adapted into learning new concepts, she decided on an option where she could change out pictures and content herself. This gave her remarkable flexibility and the chance to stand out in a crowd. Website Wizard explained all aspects of the website to Jasmine and even taught her how to change the things up when necessary. The consultation concluded with a quick mock-up site that provided Jasmine with a visual interpretation of her needs. The consultant explained that the static site was just the example, and a full site would be built to her exact speculations. The reveal. After weeks of waiting and a little back and forth between her and Website Wizard, her site was up and running. She began marketing her tutoring website throughout the town initially, but as word spread across various social media outlets, Jasmine brought in students from across the world and, eventually was able to teach her first international student. Jasmine is now a successful online teacher and has since expanded her website to include 5 additional teachers specializing in different subjects. The ability to strike out on her own was with her the whole time, but it took the environment of teaching to change in order for Jasmine to see what she could become. The ability to adapt to your business to the changing world is what will set you apart from others who will ultimately fall by the wayside when things get difficult. Story 11. Blissed Meta campaigns launch and constant care service. Meet Tom, a small business owner who had a great product but was struggling to get the word out. He had tried running ads on Facebook and Instagram before, but it had always been a pain, a confusing mess of different objectives with ad creatives and targeting options. But when Tom discovered our Blissed Meta campaigns launch and constant care service, everything changed. He scheduled an initial consultation with our team, and we took the time to really understand his business goals and target audience. From there, we developed a comprehensive strategy that included defining objectives, setting a budget, creating compelling ad content, and optimizing campaigns on a weekly and monthly basis. With our help, Tom's campaigns were launched quickly and seamlessly. We had taken care of everything from choosing the right ad format to selecting the right audience targeting options, and the best part, Tom didn't have to worry about a thing. As the campaigns ran, we constantly monitored and evaluated the results, making tweaks and adjustments to optimizing their performance. Tom was amazed at how much easier the process was with our team in his corner. Thanks to our Bliss Meta campaigns launch and constant care service, Tom was able to grow his business quickly and efficiently. He didn't have to worry about wasting money on ineffective ads or spending hours trying to figure out how to optimize his campaigns. We had taken care of everything for him. If you're struggling to launch effective campaigns on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or Messenger, don't worry, our Blissed Meta campaign service is here to help. We make the process simple and hassle-free, so you can focus on what really matters, growing your business. Let us take care of the rest and watch your campaign soar. Story 12. Maximize the return on investment. Once upon a time, there was a local business owner named John who wanted to take his business to the next level. He knew that advertising on Google and YouTube was the way to go, but he had no idea where to start. The thought of navigating through Google Ads was daunting, and he was unsure if he could afford to hire an agency to manage it for him. One day, John stumbled upon a company that promised to simply simplify the process of running Google and YouTube ads. He decided to give it a try and contacted the agency for a consultation. The agency took the time to understand John's business, his target audience, and his goals. They suggested a strategy that would help him reach his desired audience and maximize his return on investment. John was delighted with the agency's proposal and decided to sign up for their complete monthly service. The agency took care of everything from creating the campaigns and the ads, managing the budget, and analyzing the performance. John could finally focus on his business while the agency took care of the advertising. He was impressed with the results and saw an increase in traffic, leads, and sales. Thanks to the agency's expertise, John's business thrived and he was able to expand his services to new areas. He was grateful for the hassle-free service and recommended the agency to all of his business associates. In the end, John learned that advertising on Google and YouTube doesn't have to be complicated. With the right agency by your side, you can achieve your advertising goals and grow your business. Story 13. Discover the magic of our restaurant. As you step into our cozy and intimate restaurant, you'll immediately feel the warm and inviting atmosphere. The soft lighting and comfortable seating create the perfect ambience for a romantic night out. You'll be greeted by our friendly and knowledgeable staff who will guide you through our specially designed menu for veggie lovers. From crispy and fresh salads to hearty and flavorful main courses, every dish is crafted with the utmost care and attention to detail. As you sip on a glass of our carefully selected wine, you'll savor the delicious flavors and aromas of each dish. Our chefs use only the freshest and highest quality ingredients, ensuring that every bite is a true culinary delight. As the evening progresses, you'll find yourself completely immersed in the moment, enjoying the company of your beloved one and delicious food and wine. You'll feel relaxed, happy, and content, completely forgetting about the stresses and worries of daily life. Our goal is to provide you with an unforgettable dining experience that will leave you feeling happy and fulfilled. Come join us for the happiest veggie dinner with wine for two and discover the magic of our restaurant. Story 14. Sunday Brunch Experience. It's Sunday morning and the sun is shining bright. You wake up feeling relaxed and carefree, excited for the day ahead. As you make your way to our restaurant, and tantalizing aroma of freshly grilled meat fills the air. You step inside and are greeted by the warm smiles of our staff. You are led to a beautifully set table in the garden, surrounded by blooming flowers and the gentle rustling of leaves. You sit down and a glass of red wine is placed before you. You take a sip and the rich, full-bodied flavor spreads through your mouth, leaving you feeling indulgent and satisfied. As you pursue the buffet selection, your mouth waters at the sight of perfectly roasted meats, accompanied by a range of delectable sides and sauces. You can't resist the urge to fill your plate with your favorite flavors. The chef brings out a sizzling platter of meat cooked to perfection on the grill. You take a bite and the meat melts in your mouth, the savory flavors blending together in perfect harmony. You savor every bite, feeling content and happy. As you finish off your meal with a sweet dessert and a hot cup of coffee, you feel completely satisfied and rejuvenated. You know that this Sunday brunch experience has been one of the most delicious and memorable meals you've ever had, and you can't wait to come back for more. Story 15. A Sunday brunch and a new perspective. Nicole was a devoted wife and mother. She gave everything to her family, and they loved her for it. But year after year, she noticed her other mothers getting showered with gifts and praise on Mother's Day. In her home, it seemed like just another day. Get the children up, feed them, make it to Sunday service before the preacher started his sermon. The routine was nice, but each year she would inadvertently be forced to hear about how the Sanson family had woken up early and created a culinary feast for their beloved mom, Carolyn. Breakfast was always followed by a showering homemade gift from the kids and an amazing present from her husband. Although Nicole knew her family loved her, she often felt jealous that Caroline was able to enjoy the day as the queen of the home. Nicole was never one to complain, but her oldest daughter began to notice an ongoing sadness in her eyes. Olivia was 16 and was a particularly empathetic child throughout her existence. The sense of sadness bothered Olivia, so she asked her mother about it. Although Nicole did not want to burden Olivia with how she was feeling, she suddenly burst into tears and expressed all that was on her mind. Mother's Day was still a few months away when Olivia approached her dad, Stephen about what Nicole confessed to her. The notion that his wife was unhappy on that day worried Stephen, so he decided that this year his wife would know what it was like to be treated like a queen. Mother's Day arrives. Nicole was, naturally, an early riser, so rising before her was difficult for the rest of the family. Olivia set her alarm in her room to go off at 6. She then creeped into her brother and sister, Trent and Hannah's room, to wake them up for the day. They dressed quickly and as quietly as they could. They ate a quick bowl of cereal and went to wake up Mom and Dad for the day. Nicole was surprised that all she needed was to get herself ready for service. She suspected nothing and merely thought her family was being nice to her. They left for the early morning service that ended around 10 a.m., so they were out of church faster than most Sundays when Nicole is pulling her hair out just to make it on time. At the end of the service, Nicole expected to go home and make a big meal like she always did, but Stephen did not head in the direction of home. "Where are we going?" Nicole inquired. Olivia and the twins giggled, but said nothing, and Stephen merely said, "You'll see." She sat in the passenger seat completely perplexed as the car was driven down an unfamiliar street. The road was lined with dogwood trees and opened to a stunning large house. It turns out the place was not just a house, but a full bed and breakfast. The special today was a complete mother's brunch. Nicole was stunned that her family had decided to do this for her. "Your only job today is to enjoy yourself," Stephen said as he parked the car and opened the door for her. The brunch experience. Brunch was a new thing for Nicole. She was used to doing all the cooking in the family, rarely went out for meals, so the notion of not having to cook and clean was foreign to her. She found out the brunch was by reservation only, so her family would have to reserve her spot at least a month in advance. They had kept the surprise quiet for the entire month. Once the mothers were seated, an announcer proclaimed the brunch bar open and that only mothers were allowed at this time. Nicole got up and began walking through the brunch line. She could not believe her eyes. Steak, shrimp, lobster, and even crab legs graced the tables before her. She attempted to try everything, but there was simply too much to try at all. Nicole chose a selection of fruits and vegetables before venturing over to the grill to pick out her perfect ribeye steak with garlic and herb butter. The perfect butter melted over the perfectly grilled medium steak and created a pool of flavorful out just at the base of the steak. Grilled shrimp paired with linguine was available as well. Luxurious sauces of every type lay before her eyes, and she was in culinary heaven. Once her plate was filled with mounds of her favorite meats, she placed it on the table for the meal to begin. The staff members moved through the crowd like a dance, taking and delivering drink orders. Nicole decided to order a nice merlot to go with her steak. As her family moved from the table to fill their own plates, she began to enjoy her first Mother's Day in a very long time. She has no longer felt jealous towards Caroline. She was finally queen for the day, and she felt amazing to be in such a splendorous surrounding with those she held so dear. Happy Mother's Day, Nicole! Story 16. Ultimate Beach Escape Short Story. Escape to the ultimate beach paradise and experience the holiday of your dreams. No need to worry about a thing. We have everything covered for you. Snorkel in crystal clear waters, embark on a thrilling adventure, and indulge in delicious cuisine. Your hassle-free holiday is waiting for you. Book now and get ready for the ultimate beach escape. Story 17. Experience the magic yourself. Lena had always been self-conscious about her hair. It was dull, lifeless, and lacked any kind of vibrancy. She had tried everything from expensive shampoos to DIY hair masks, but nothing seemed to work. That's when she stumbled upon our salon. At first, she was hesitant to trust another hairdresser with her precious locks, but our team of experts quickly put her at ease. We listened to her concerns and recommended a personalized treatment plan that would revive her hair and give it a shine and color it deserved. After just one visit, Lena's hair was transformed. It was vibrant, shiny, and full of life. She couldn't stop running her fingers through it and catching glimpses of herself in the mirror. From that moment on, Lena was a loyal customer. She looked forward to her visits to our salon, not only for the amazing hair treatments, but also for the relaxing atmosphere and friendly staff. Our salon had become her sanctuary, a place where she could escape the stresses of daily life and emerge feeling renewed and confident. If you're looking to revive your hair and feel your best, look no further than our salon. Our team of experts will work with you to create a personalized treatment plan that will leave your hair looking vital, vibrant, shiny, and with color that will make you glance twice. Come visit us and experience the magic for yourself. Story 18. Experience the ultimate grooming experience at Heaven Barber. Welcome to Heaven Barber, the ultimate destination for men's grooming needs. Here, we believe that every man deserves to feel confident and look their best. That's why we offer a complete range of grooming services to help you achieve your desired look. Imagine stepping into our luxurious barbershop, the smell of fresh coffee and the sound of classic tunes filling the air. You take a seat in one of our comfortable chairs, and one of our expert barbers greets you with a warm smile. You begin to relax as they offer you a beverage and a complimentary consultation. To discuss your grooming needs, our barbers are trained in the latest techniques and trends, and they only use the finest products to ensure that you get the best results. Whether you need a haircut, a beard trim, or a complete grooming package, we have you covered. As our barber works with magic, you feel a sense of relaxation wash over you. The stress and tension of your day begin to melt away, and you are left feeling refreshed and renewed. You look in the mirror and see a new, improved version of yourself staring back. At Heaven Barber, we believe that grooming is not just a chore, but a way to show yourself the love and care you deserve. We are dedicated to help you look and feel your best, and we guarantee that you will leave our barbershop feeling like a new man. Come and experience the ultimate grooming experience at Heaven Barber, where you can relax, unwind, and leave looking and feeling your absolute best. In the heart of every home, the kitchen stands as a symbol of love, warmth, and nourishment. And what better way to honor this sacred space with that than a set of pots that embody elegance, durability, and functionality? Whoa,